apologize for the, what is it, 2 hours late? 3 hours late? It's taken me this long to get everything running for some reason. I'm hoping I can do this in less than 2 hours, but this match is going to be pretty severe. So I'm probably going to go pretty quick. The reason I want to do it in less than 2 hours is because I'm thinking about streaming the DNC, watching it live. The lighting is better in here in the afternoon versus the morning, so that's good. And with my new microphone over here, I could probably let's do this. Probably put music on for y'all too. Let's do that. Let's see. There we go. Some mood. Alright. Getting quickly into it. Everything today is new to me except for US Agent. Right? Yes. Alright, so new challenge. 2/4 new villains. And 3 out of 4 new heroes. So I'll be playing with the Dark Avengers, Dark Avengers team deck against Crimson Dynamo with the Winter Guard challenge. That means that the Winter Guard goes first. So first I play against the Winter Guard, and then I keep the interrogation level going into Crimson Dynamo fight. If I beat the Winter Guard. I'm not sure how hard they are yet. They seem really cool though. So if the heroes defeated the Winter Guard, set up the game against Crimson Dynamo using the same heroes and locations as the previous game. Heroes may bring with them any remaining action tokens they have. If the interrogation track was at 3 or 4, place 1 additional crisis token on the power struggle missions. If it was at 4 or 5 or 6, place 2 additional tokens instead. Alright, so I'm Dax, this is Marvel United. It's probably my favorite board game of all time. The coolest thing about it is every time you play a different villain, it's just about a different game. So most of the villains are different. There are groups of villains that kind of play the same. What is up, Anthony? New expansions? Yes. Everything today is 100% from the stretch goals. So this is all from the stretch goals box, which means if you didn't sign up for Kickstarter, you won't get to play with any of this stuff. Or, if you order from somewhere like Game Steward, I suppose you will, but you get the point. So in Marvel United, like I was saying, when you pick a villain, most of the villains feel differently from the other villains, so the villains kind of pick how the game is, which is, like I said, coolest thing about it. There's also different play modes. Like there's 3, really 2.5 different solo play styles. You can play up to 4 players playing heroes against the villain. You can play team mode, which is 2 teams of 3 players playing heroes. And then they also incorporated supervillain and superhero mode, in which point someone plays the villain. So at the point we're at in Marvel United, you can play between 1 and 8 players. It's really cool. Yeah. So anyway, this is my first time playing against the Winter Guard, first time playing against Crimson Dynamo. Doing it both together as a challenge. That's what you missed, Anthony. So it's going to be 2 back-to-back games, but I'm going to not pull any punches. I mean, technically I am, I suppose, because I'm also playing with the Heroic Challenge. So I'm playing with the Heroic Challenge, which means I took out the 2 wild cards, and I'm playing with the Winter Guard Challenge, which means 2 games back-to-back with pros and cons. I'm also playing with the team deck for the Dark Avengers, and the negative card already showed up. Unfortunately, it's not that bad though, considering the Dark Avengers. So it's not that bad of a negative. We'll see how quickly I get rid of it. The only way I can get rid of it is if I take that card and play it in the timeline or storyline, but it doesn't do anything if I do that. So yeah, this is the setup you've been missing, by the way, Anthony. I've got my camera on a swivel. So very, very cool. All right, so in Marvel United, again, I'm going to go kind of quick. If you want to get a rundown of how to play the game, this is not necessarily going to be the stream for you. I do have 2 tutorial streams, though. Feel free to look at those for learning how to play the game exactly. This is just going to be a quick run through learning the Winter Guard, the Crimson Dynamo, and Dark Avengers. So, in Marvel United, the villains always go first. Oh, I didn't read them to you. Let me read them first. So there's 3 Winter Guard. They'll activate 2 at a time when I do their master plan cards. Red Guardian's BAM says move Red Guardian clockwise to the next location with any heroes and interrogate 1 hero there. Ursa Major says deal 1 damage to 1 hero in Ursa Major's location, then deal 1 damage to a different hero there. So he's going to deal 1 damage to 2 different heroes. Dark Star, which is the girl, she says deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each location adjacent to Dark Stars. The special rules interrogate. The hero chooses 1 card from their hand to reveal. If it has 1 or more punch at the bottom, increase the interrogation track by 2. In any case, put the card at the bottom of the deck. When a hero is KO'd, the villains don't activate their BAM. Instead, increase the interrogation track by 1. So, when I'm interrogated, they're going to basically deal damage to me as well, because your hand is your health. Okay, that's rough. Yeah, that's rough. Because you don't get to draw a card after that. So it's just taking 1 damage. And yeah, that's pretty rough. The overflow, which means if the civilians or thugs can't be placed, says increase the interrogation track by 1. Okay, and if the interrogation track gets to 7, we lose. If they knock, or if they deal enough damage to the heroes that nobody can draw a card, we lose. If there are no more master plan cards left and they need to draw a card, we lose. So those are the 3 ways for us to lose. The threats all have BAMs. So the Red Army BAM says add a thug to this location, and the interrogation technique says 1 hero in this location. Oh, interrogate 1 hero in this location. When this threat is cleared, decrease the interrogation track by 1. So if the interrogation track is not up by at least 1, I don't want to clear one of those, just to make best use of that starting tactics. But there you have it. All right, so again, the villains always go first. So, can you see that? Red Guardian is going to go 1 and bam. And then Dark Star is going to go 4 and bam. I thought they only went 2 at a time. Oh, okay. Yeah. Third one doesn't activate, they just drop the civilians like it says. Okay, cool. So, first we'll do Red Guardian. He goes 1 and then he bams. His bam says he comes here to where the heroes are and then interrogates one hero there. So I do get to pick who the hero is. It's probably going to be Dawkins. It's going to be Dawkins. So we're going to reveal that card. As it doesn't have any punches, we're not going to add to the interrogation meter, but it does go to the bottom of Dawkins' deck, which is the same as taking damage. That is unfortunate. And then Dark Star is going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then she's going to bam, which means she's going to deal damage to a hero. Yep, just 1. Deal 1 damage to 1 hero in each location adjacent. So since she's over here and she's adjacent to all the heroes, I get to pick a hero again to take a damage. It might be him again. Yeah, it's going to be him again. Because that card is useless for this game. So Dakin took the damage. And then Ursa goes... Where'd the card go? There it is. Ursa goes 4 as well, and then he drops 2 civilians. Now the civilians are the ones that were on the negative card for the Dark Avengers team that I said not that bad of a hurt, but now it's starting to be that bad. So the negative card says that as long as it's in the team display, which it is, each time a hero deals 1 or more damage to a thug, henchman, or villain, they must discard 1 civilian in the same location, if any. So, well, at this point we can't hurt them, so it would only be 1, so it's not that bad. We'll see. We'll see. So, having played the master plan card, I start the storyline like so. And then it's the hero's turn. So we're definitely doing Dakin first. He is not going to... Yeah, he's not going to play a team card, so he's going to draw from his deck. That's what the team decks do, Anthony. That's new to you. So the team deck, so you have 2 cards displayed at all times until you run out. And you can either draw from your deck and play from your hand, or you can draw and play, or you can grab and play a team card. But Dakin's just going to draw from his deck, and then he's going to play Healing Factor, because that was part of my whole damn plan. So as long as this card is face up in the storyline at the end of each villain turn, if Dakin has less than 3 cards in his hand, he can draw a card. And then he's got 1 punch. I'm going to use it, which means that gets discarded. And he's done. Then we will do Songbird. Man, her cards are useless in this game too. Next game they'll be good though. So yeah, YouTube is part of what's been giving me an issue all day. I don't know what's going on. It's probably, I bet YouTube is probably experiencing some issues because of all the attention it's getting with the Democratic convention this week. Alright, so we'll do Moonstone next. She's also going to draw and play. She's going to play Intangibility. So as long as it's... Is that the one I want to play? Yep, it is. Okay. So as long as this card is face up in the storyline, you may ignore 1 damage each villain turn. If you do, you must ignore 1 available action on your turn. and she gets a move. So in Marvel United, you get to benefit from your card as well as the hero card previous. So she's going to get Dawkins' punch, and she's going to get her move. She will move over here, and she will punch that thug, which means she has to discard a civilian also, because the Dark Avengers negative. Yeah, it is. It's starting to be rough. Okay, and then we get one more hero, because it's 3 heroes go, and then the villains go. Probably going to do U.S. Agent. Maybe. Yeah, we'll do U.S. Agent. He's going to draw from his deck. He's just going to do a standard move and, he's going to do a standard move and rescue. Setting up the next person as well. So he's got a move from Moonstone. Oh, I forgot about the BAMs. That's right. So there's a civilian there. There's a civilian there. Civilian here. They were all over there. So somebody else got interrogated. That would have easily been Songbird. When she got interrogated, she did not have a punch, so she just took the damage. Alright. Done. Okay. That caught me up. U.S. Agent needs to move still, so he will... I think he's going to move here and then rescue. Try and stop some overflow. Because we're getting close. Looks like 2 places that can overflow already. That's not good. Alright, villains go. Just Ursa. So move clockwise to the next location with the most heroes. So that means he's going to skip U.S. Agent and come over here to Washington, D.C. where Dakin and Songbird are. And he's going to BAM. What does Dakin say? At the beginning or end? At the end. Well, that sucks. Alright. So Ursa's BAM is deal 1 damage to 1 hero, so he's going to deal 1 damage to each. So Dakin is going to be knocked out. That's pretty funny. Oh well. So Songbird takes the damage. Dakin is knocked out by taking the damage. Songbird gets interrogated, and she does have a punch. I'm sorry, she does have a punch, and that is the only card she's got, so she's also knocked out. The interrogation meter goes up by 2. And when they're knocked out, we increase it by 1. So interrogation meter is already at 4. And then Ursa discards all civilians and thugs. There are none. If he's not in play, draw and play an additional master plan card. Well, that sucks. And then he's going to drop 2 civilians at each adjacent location. So 1, 2, 1, 2. That sucked. Looks like that was actually the worst case scenario. Yep. That was the worst case scenario. Oh well. Fairly obvious who's going next. Songbird. So she will draw her 3 and then she'll draw her 1. I forgot to knock her down, but she was knocked down. Oh, you're not even looking. So she's got a move and a rescue from U.S. Agent. She's probably going to do the same. She is. She's also going to do a move and a rescue. So So she can move twice and rescue twice. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting those stupid thugs. Well, I can already tell you, Winter Guard is not easy. I'm probably going to lose this one pretty quick. Alright. So... Dawkins next. Hopefully he gets a move. Man, that's not going to do anything. We need to... As much as I want to take out those red armies, I think the interrogation techniques are a bigger threat right now. So on her way to Madripoor, she dropped her 2 rescues here. Then Dakin goes, so he gets up. He gets up. He draws his 3. He draws his 1. So he's got a move and a rescue from Songbird. Is all punches, so he's going to. Oh yeah, I could use the. I forgot about it. So, learning to be a hero during the next villain turn, he's going to gain a rescue token for each damage that he takes. So he'll move. He will spend the rescue to get rid of that. The end of turn is useless at this location in this game, at least. Of course. Yeah, that's that. So then it's Moonstone. She will draw from her deck, probably. She is. She's going to draw from her deck. She's going to play Gravity Manipulation. Move any number of villains, henchmen, and thugs from adjacent locations into your location. If you do, punch twice in your location. Oh, you're fine. There's a Taylor Swift concert? That's pretty funny. Isn't it like there's a Taylor Swift concert at 1 p.m. on a weekday? Oh, it's summer though. Yeah, it's summer. Carrie, that's your cousin Anthony, by the way. Anthony, that's your cousin Carrie. So Moonstone gets to move twice. She'll move here, and then she'll use the ability. So she'll move that thug over here, and then she will punch twice to get rid of both of them. That's it. She can move if she wants. She does want. She's going to move back to here, and there's a reason why. All right. And that's them. So the Winter Guard. Again, Guardian and Dark Star. Okay, so Guardian's going to move 2. 1, 2. And then when he bams, he moves again, right? Yep, that was part of the plan. Okay, cool. So he goes here, and then he interrogates somebody. He's going to interrogate... Oh, no. Crap. Moonstone. So she reveals a card. There's no punch on the bottom of it, but she still puts it on the bottom of her deck. It doesn't count as taking damage either, so she can't block it. That's unfortunate, but that's what it is. And then Dark Star goes 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's nobody adjacent to her. They don't take any damage. And then Ursa goes 3. 1, 2, 3, and he puts 2 down. That is going to cause an overflow, which increases that meter by 1. Oh, I forgot that I took it down by 1 too, so we'll just leave it at 4. When I get rid of that threat, for 1, I get the threat token, but for 2, it drops the interrogation meter. Okay, so now it is U.S. Agent. He's still going to... Oh, I also forgot when I punched here, and I also forgot the BAMs. I keep forgetting those damn BAMs. So when I punched, it discarded that. The BAM would have happened before Ursa, which would have been another overflow. So we've almost lost already. There's another overflow. And that one's not an overflow. So one more interrogation and we lose. Okay. U.S. Agent. My plan there was to have Dakin take all the damage and then gain rescues from it, but that didn't work out so well. So U.S. Agent will draw from his deck. He's got a move from Moonstone, that is it. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. I don't think we have enough rescues with this team to beat this group. So I can move clockwise. That put me there. Really need to be able to move twice, and that would do it. So we're going to do that. I don't really have a choice. So for me to stay in the game, I'm forced to play whatever it takes, ironically. So until the beginning of his next turn, he can redirect the first damage that he would take to the rightmost civilian or thug in his location, discarding it. So he's got a move from Moonstone, and he's got a move and a punch of his own. So he's going to move here. He's going to use his punch, which will get rid of that. Well, we'll put that thug on the mission, but it's going to make me discard that civilian because of the Dark Avengers. And then he's going to continue moving with the second move, and then he's going to use his shield. So he's going to use it to... Oh, it's punch and adjacent, so I have to do that first. So from here, he's going to throw it at an adjacent location to punch. Okay, yeah, it still gets rid of that. still gets rid of that civilian there. So when he uses it, it goes face down. So he throws his shield, knocks out a thug, which makes him discard a civilian, like so. And then he will finish his movement by going to that location. Did you two hear me say that that's your cousin in chat? This game's getting real. This is the tobacco from that new site I was telling you about. Oh, in England. So it's really $6 o'clock there, right? 6 or 7. 6 or 7 there, I think. I read that she's going to be putting voter registration in her concerts in all the swing states. Clever girl, clever girl. Songbird. All right, I might be able to pull this out. Phrasing. So if she does her turn, so she's going to draw from her deck. Who goes next? Dawkins. Yeah, she's going to draw from her deck. She's got a move and a punch from U.S. Agent. So I could still lose. It's risky. It's very risky. I don't think I have much of a choice. She's pretty much forced to do a move and a rescue, so she'll rescue where she is. That's not Songbird. So she'll do her punch first. I don't know why I keep flipping. Really weird. And then she will move and then do the rescue that I've already done. And then she will go to Washington. still vulnerable at Sokovia and at the UN and at Project Pegasus. And all we got left is Dakin. So no, she doesn't need to go. She doesn't need to go to Washington. Or to, yeah, she doesn't need to go to Washington. What she needs to do is she needs to come back here. Yeah. And then Dakin goes, and instead of drawing from his deck, which is risky, Dakin is going to draw a team card. Not the negative, because the negative is actually helping out right now. Oh, that's really good. Alright, and he's going to play first, or strike first. So during the next villain turn, each hero who is about to take damage may immediately punch in their location before taking damage. It's really my only hope. Okay. So Dakin will rescue at that same location. And then he's going to... No, he's not. He's not going to rescue from that location. He's going to move. No, because he needs to end where there's a... Oh, actually, if it's a BAM, we've already lost. That's rough. It's only chance we got though. So he moves there, he rescues, and he's done. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this. Probably right now. Alright, so Ursa goes 2 and then BAMs. Saw that coming. I need to keep doing that so I can separate them. Alright, so he goes 2 in there. So he's going to deal 1 damage to Dakin. Done. And that's it. And then she's going to go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. She's going to BAM, which means she's going to deal 1 damage to US Agent and to Songbird. And then Guardian, right? Where is there? It is. Red Guardian goes 2, 1, 2, and puts down 2. Okay. Nope, that's it. Because when they BAM'd, that put 1 out. And then when he puts 2 out, it overflows. That increases the meter by 1, and we lose. That's that. Man, if I could have just gotten somebody over there. So that was the big gamble. Well, I guess you didn't see what happened. So Red Guardian went here. So when they BAM'd, that added it added thugs like so. when he comes over, oh yeah, and I guess he got rid of that one. I was right about that. So he would have gotten rid of that. When she took one, she would have gotten rid of one. But they would have been sped up also. But the kicker is I couldn't get rid of that one because it doesn't say adjacent. Their location before taking damage, yeah. So then Red Guardian drops 2 civilians in this location. There's only room for 1, so it overflows, increases the meter by 1 to 7, we lose. So that's that game. That's game, set, match. And that was the gamble. So I had to put Doc in there. So the 3 locations in question were this one, that one, and that one. I had that one covered. I could not cover this one because they didn't have any thugs. So the only 2 I had everything except these 2 locations covered is what it boils down to. But he landed at one of those. They won. Damn. Well, it was a quick game. So now I can set up to stream the convention live. I guess that's a good thing. But didn't. So Winter Guard's pretty rough. They're pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. The only way things could have gone differently is if maybe I hadn't put somebody in the. If I had left somebody in Dawkins' location, because all of Dawkins' cards had punches on them, and most of his cards have punches on them, and that's what increased it by 2. So if I'd have left somebody in Dawkins' location with him, they could have been interrogated instead. Plus, 2 people getting knocked out in 1 turn increased it by 2. But what are you going to do? I could have taken it on US Agent. He could have blocked it with his shield. That would have given us another turn to bring things down. But we just don't have that many rescues. Songbird's got a lot of wilds and rescues, but she's really the only one. Oh, and US Agent. The other 2 are pretty punch heavy though. That's unfortunate. I'm probably gonna have to do it again though because they're fun. As hard as they are, they're fun. 1 mission completed, and that's really it. Yeah. So to fight the Winter Guard, you're gonna definitely need some rescues. All right. So it's that time. Let's grade them. The Winter Guard themselves. They are not. I was about to say that I don't think they're an A, but I think they're hard enough, and the way it's done is clever enough that I think it's going to bump it into an A. Without the 3 villain effect, I think they probably would have been a B+. So, seeing as that they are 3 villains in 1, and I think they represent the Winter Guard well, I think that they're going to get a whopping A+. That's what I think. Oh, there we go. Did I say A+ and an A? Why is that over there? That is not where that's supposed to be. I wonder what moved it. It's supposed to be there. So they get an A negative, which is pretty good. If you're careful with your hero choices against them, they're not going to be as hard. That's why I would have put them in a B. But yeah, if you play somebody like Spider-Man and Nightcrawler, if you play Spider-Man and Nightcrawler, and it doesn't matter who else you play with, you've probably got them. They're probably tips. Okay, the Winter Guard Challenge. I can't say anything about it, so we're going to hold off on that until I do a rematch. Crimson Dynamo, I can't grade because I have to wait for a rematch. We'll try to do the Winter Guard Challenge again. Maybe I'll stream it. I probably won't stream that one. I'll probably just do that one, and then I'll let the people in the group know how it went. So No grade on Crimson Dynamo. No grade on the challenge because I can't. As for the Dark Avengers, so Dakin, he's a typical scrapper. His cards are very akin to the other scrappers, like Sabretooth, or not Sabretooth, Sabretooth and Wildchild, who I think is a little bit better. Wolverines, Laura. He has some diversity that you really didn't get to see. Unpreventable damage is getting pretty big, but he's also got pheromone control. But it doesn't really do anything against this particular set of villains, unfortunately. The pretending to be hero card is cool though, so that's what I was banking on, and I didn't get anything for it. They didn't come after me. But if they had come after Dakin, then we wouldn't have been in that tough a spot. In fact, if they hadn't come after Dakin, we would have been able to clear another threat, drop the meter by 1. Yeah, if they had come after Dakin, if my gamble had paid, if either of my gambles had paid off, we would have gotten at least one more turn. Oh well, that's the name of the game, right? So anyway, I was grading Dakin. So I don't think Dakin is the best of the scrappers. I think Sabretooth and Wildchild might be. So I'm gonna give him a standard scrapper score of B, because the diversity. He has a little more diversity from some of the others. They typically get a B minus. Is that up there too? Why is it? It's grading me. I don't like that at all. I don't need to be grading me. I don't know what happened. Anyway. Songbird. So Songbird I didn't really get to see that much of either. Because Songbird's all of the special abilities I saw were built around henchmen, and there's no henchmen in this particular set of villains. So I can't really grade her. Not really. She's got some group defense. As of right now, I can't really grade her. So as of right now, all I can do is give her a C+. If we were playing against henchmen, she probably would have bumped up into the mid-Bs. But oh my god, why is it up there? When my streamware crashed earlier, I guess that's what happened with my scores. I guess that's why they're up there. That's really weird. Moonstone is mid. Nothing, and it was a quick game, so it's hard to give scores. These are just rudimentary scores. They might change upon playing the characters again. She is very manipulative of the board. That's what I noticed. So she has a lot of board manipulation between the civilians and thugs. So a Songbird is good against henchmen, and then she's good against civilians and thugs. She's not as good as Spider-Man. So I'm probably going to give her a C+. I think Moonstone gets a C+. I thought it was weird the Moonstone gem is not... There's no equipment card for the Moonstone gem, even though the villain Moonstone has the Moonstone gem. That was really weird. Is that up there too? Oh, it's because I've already used it. And US Agent I've played before, so that's the only scoring that I've got. So I'm a little sad that I got squashed so quick, but I also don't mind when a set of villains or a villain is challenging. Like I said, I'll play through this again, and if you're in the Marvel United group, then you'll see my results. But I think I'm going to set up to watch the DNC live. So if you see me go live, feel free to join, and we can watch it together, give reactions and chat. I'll probably be drawing, since it's so long. It's going to be like, last night's was 6 hours, I think. So for the 6 hours that it's up, I'll probably be drawing as well. But that's all I got for now. So I will catch you cats on the flip side if I don't talk to you in an hour or so.